All right, here we go, everyone. Once again, it's WKYC's Facebook Live instant Cavs reaction after the Wine and Gold beat the New Orleans Pelicans this evening. 107-102 is the final. I'm Dave DeNatale. Good to have everybody with us on a Friday night. Certainly wasn't easy for the Cavs. It was a lot tougher than probably it needed to be. We'll get to more of the game in a second, but obviously you start something like this off, you have to tip of the cap. If Kiara Cotton were here, she'd be rattling the jelly bean jar because LeBron James did it. He passed Michael Jordan for most consecutive games scoring in double figures as he finished with 27 points on the night. That's 867 in consecutive games scoring in double figures. That passes Michael Jordan. That record now is completely LeBron's. And down the stretch, LeBron played like an MVP. And a night when, because of another little injury, in the case of George Hill, he went out with an ankle injury on a night where even though Kevin Love was back in the lineup, he was not 100%, didn't look 100%, didn't shoot 100%. Cavs needed help, for LeBron, and he was able to shoulder the load down the stretch. But you look around the score column tonight, Jordan Clarkson was just terrific, shooting 9 of 13 from the field, including 4 for 4 from beyond the three-point line. I'm getting a lot of you giving me a high fives, and I just got a hey from Ryan. Good to see everybody. Good to have everybody with us on a Friday night. This is, you got to feel good after a win. But yeah, Clarkson, 23 points. He also had 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Rodney Hood had 16 points. He hit a couple of threes. And even J.R. Smith, sometimes it's kind of hit or miss with J.R. Tonight was a hit, as he had 8 points, hit a couple of clutch threes. And I also want to give Jose Calderon some credit. He came in to relieve George Hill when he was injured, and the Cavs outscored the Pelicans by quite a bit. I'm trying to see if I see the number in. It was it's certainly Calderon's in there. Yeah, here we go. Courtesy of Fred McLeod, the TV voice of the Cavs. After Hill went out, Calderon came in. Cavs outscored the Pelicans 48-31. So a great job there by Hill and by Calderon. Nice job all the way around. Cavs get the win. Here's something else that I liked about tonight's game. Tristan Thompson. He had 21 minutes of action, 14 rebounds, including 6 on the offensive side. The Pelicans, the one thing they do, you have Anthony Davis, and he creates so many matchup problems from a rebounding standpoint. But even a guy like Mirotic off the bench, who frankly, Kevin Love had all kinds of issues tonight trying to deal with him. They're a team that has a lot of length, and rebounding against them is a difficult thing, even though Boogie Cousins is out for the rest of the year. And I thought the Cavs did a real good job down the stretch getting rebounds. They actually out-rebounded New Orleans 45-41, which I thought was a little factor in there that came out to a big way. Roberta says, awesome game. Cavs do deserve congratulations. Keep in mind, folks, the Cavs were coming off of a 3-game road trip, and it was one of those trips that had a back-to-back, a double-double game, a back-to-back, as I call it. You had the game in Miami on Tuesday night, and then you came back and had to play Charlotte Wednesday, fly home, you had a quick day off, and then come right back and play tonight. Sometimes the games like this are letdown games, and that wasn't the case, down the stretch for the Cavs. It seemed like it was the case after the first quarter. It was tied at 29 after the first quarter, and then New Orleans outscored Cleveland 28-18 in the second quarter. Cavs just really, that got the offense going in the third. They outscored the Pelicans 33-22 in that third quarter. And then when they needed to get LeBron back in the game in the fourth quarter, usually if everybody's healthy, and of course with this team, you throw that out, nobody's always healthy. LeBron will sit down to a certain point of the fourth quarter before Ty Lue, or in this case Larry Drew, would bring him back in. But on a night when the Cavs needed a win, they had to get this win to stay in third place in the Eastern Conference. Kirk says, wow, aren't they great? Not. No, well, listen, Kirk. No, right now, the Cavs are 46-30. They're not a great team right now, but I certainly do think going into the playoffs, everybody hopefully gets healthy. You may see the makings of a great team once we get into this thing in the playoffs. I'm not writing that out yet. But yeah, the Cavs going into tonight, had they lost, they would have slipped from third place in the East all the way down to fifth because of the Sixers getting a win earlier tonight. So the Cavs stay in third place in the East, meaning they would have home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Don't read too much into home court. We found out last year, certainly with the Celtics. It is what it is. The Cavs, I think once you get into the postseason, I don't think they really care. They just want to go out and win. And you think this team is going to be afraid to go up to the Garden in Boston and get a win? No. You think they're going to be afraid to go up to Toronto and get a win? No, not really. But we are at 46-30. That's the Cavs' record. That means there are only 6 games left in the regular season, if you can believe that. I mean, this thing is winding down quickly, and we'll see what happens. But again, the diagnosis for George Hill. Just a couple of quick notes here before we sign off and get you ready for Channel 3 News tonight at 11. Al Pulowski will have all your highlights of this one. George Hill, it's a left ankle injury. They're going to reevaluate it tomorrow. We'll see how bad it is. Love, of course, coming back from the concussion. At one point, he looked like in the second half he had maybe had a tight hamstring or something, just the way he kind of motioned, but looks like he was okay. But the Cavs held him out in that fourth quarter because, frankly, he wasn't as effective as Tristan Thompson was, and it was a good move by Larry Drew. Joyce adding there, Clarkson had a good game. Yeah, he did. He was a big reason why the Cavaliers were able to get the win tonight. So next up for the Cavs, as far as the schedule goes, they will get tomorrow off and then come right back at it on Sunday as they will welcome the Dallas Mavericks to Quicken Loans Arena. That'll be a 6 o'clock game on Easter Sunday on NBA TV. And then kind of your last real tune-up for the playoffs really will be on Tuesday night when the Toronto Raptors come back to Quicken Loans Arena. And I'm excited about that. We saw that game. When was it? It was back on March 21st. It was a week ago Wednesday, and that was the game that kind of jump-started this Cavs run. They have now won, by the way, the Cavs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of their last 8 games. So, I mean, that's where you want to be, going into the playoffs on this kind of a roll. And the schedule now between here and the playoffs certainly favors the Cavaliers to finish up very strong. Isaiah says, the legacy assassin, LeBron James. Yeah, he just never ceases to amaze. The absolute season he's having at age 33. They may give the MVP to James Harden, folks, but there is no player in the world that's better than LeBron James. It's just, that's the way it goes. Okay, that will do it for us again. Al Pulowski will have your highlights tonight on Channel 3 News at 11. Of course, Matt Wintz will have your weather. Sarah Shookman will have all the news for you, so make sure you join us for that. Ben Axelrod has his game recap right now for you at WKYC.com, and we'll have more sidebars and things about tonight's game and LeBron James's milestone as well. So thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great holiday weekend. I'm Dave DeNatale here on WKYC's Facebook Lives. The Cavs get the win, 107-102. Good night, everyone.